Greetings, cosmic co-creators of the new earth, raising the frequency through our soul star spark, here in these final days of the false matrix of the old earth into the new earth, fully awake, fully aware, and fully conscious, living from the still center, from the heart center, from the crystal palace, the center of the brain of perfect harmony, perfect resonance, pure awareness. We had another day of powerful activations and downloads. These energies and information code are streaming 24/7 now from the great central sun through all the sons and all the daughters of our angelic realm of 144. You know who you are now. Time to rise and be activated, to be the way showers and the forerunners of living from the heart in unconditional love, compassion, and coherence with our divine unions and our divine light, infinite life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Today we had calm in the Schumann after a couple days of higher gamma waves coming in, many codes still flowing through the charts. You can see the light codes, the information that is flowing into and out of Pachamama from the crystalline core of Gaia, connected to the great central sun, Hunabku. We had 116 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, the 6/6 code coming in. The most powerful today was in South Shetland Islands with a 5.9, which occurred 38 minutes ago of this recording, and that is in the trunk of the sacred elephant Ganesh of Antarctica by the Antarctic Circle at 23:49 UTC, 62.253 latitude, 58.01 longitude, 12 kilometers depth, 12 of the divine feminine. Then we had a 4.7 in the sacred portal of Bolivia, on the border of Bolivia and Chile, in the sacred Andes Mountains, the home of our condor, the divine feminine. We had a 3.6 in the British Virgin Islands with the Atlantean energy, the 9 code of completion. 5.2 in Japan with the Lemurian codes coming in. 4.0 in Idaho, another 3.0 in Idaho. 3.3 Texas, 3.1 Texas. Then in Kashmir, India, a 4.3 in the sacred portal and a 4.6 in Indonesia. And Kashmir is in the sacred Himalayan mountains. And earlier today we had a 3.2 in Puerto Rico with the Atlantean codes and a 4.6 Central America, Costa Rica with the Mayan energy, 10 kilometers depth. We have the 1010 portal, the first portal to my sacred condor. And then in Taiwan, 4.8, right on the Tropic of Cancer. That's with the 12 code again at 23.142, latitude 122.055, longitude. So we have the 2255, 122, 122, 55. So it's a triple 5. We have 102.2 kilometers from Taitung City in Taiwan. So it's the triple 55 code. And from Travis Carper through Solila, we are in a temporarily end of the crystalline layered air show, 2/3 gamma chorus, less than 42 hertz, on 5-week linear. Projected primary timeline liberations from old patterns continue to expand. Momentum builds across Gaia's surface. Blessings, everyone. The evolution of consciousness, ascension, is not a choice. You will be updated or be erased. And with that information and code, we stay at a fair knowing that all light workers and star blossoms are making this ascension. That which will be resolved, dissolved, erased, released is that of the dark, of the nefarious ones. They cannot exist in 5D, as we are resonating in between 3, 4, and 5, holding the code in the 4th density, the 4th dimension, as we are all being prepared for the final leap, the quantum leap into 5D, the golden age. Today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Pars Kute, We are energetic beings that have the ability to impact an energetic field. We are shifting the reality right now. This is an entire human collective that is shifting into higher states of consciousness, and we are holding the light in this now moment. It's game on. We got this. Victory of the light. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. I have an intense feeling of breaking out, breaking free from the shackles, free from restriction and bondage, with massive and intense cosmic and earth energies now being released. Expect tsunamis of energies now to hit us, and waves upon waves of this. Humanity at large is being freed up, and therefore this is a true breaking up, breaking out, of freeing the planet from all the shackles, the bondage, the chains, which held her and all of us prisoner in the 3D for so long. Indeed, 2016 through 2024 are the tsunami years, the sprouting forth of the new. This is a massive ride into freedom, into true co-creatorship, and therefore now let go of the fear mode, the old negative patterns, all those old thoughts, old feelings, indeed all that is old, worn out in fact. Allow yourself the freedom to soar and fly free. Allow that tsunami to lift you up, and then allow yourself to ride it out without fear. Let go of all and everything. This is not a time to want to go back and retrieve what has been there before. Let it go. This is a new earth rising. This is the new age arising from the ashes of old like the phoenix. You cannot move into the new earth without letting go of the old world, the old you, the old Adam and Eve, the old and redundant you. Allow yourself to be disassembled and reassembled, revamped, reactivated, rejuvenated, reborn and reinvented. Allow yourself to break out of the shackles and totally break out with exuberant wildness, with the sense of adventure, finally having the opportunity to co-create something immensely important and new, but not with the old methods, the old thinking, believing. The old does not exist anymore and does not work anymore. Find the new and blaze new trails for humanity and the planet. Move, fly, break out. Let those who have inner eyes see. Let those who have inner ears hear the bells ringing in the new, proclaiming the rebirth and revamping of all. Let those who know. Let those who are the new trailblazers blaze the trail with crystal clear insight, vision and wisdom, knowledge and truth. This is the time. This is the hour. Arise. From JudithKusel.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. Right now, your ability to see the bigger picture becomes amplified thanks to the rare cosmic kite planetary alignment back in our skies. The timing is exquisite. From ElizabethPeru.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Mars retrograde in Aries square asteroids Iris and Osiris in Capricorn, and trine asteroid Storm in Sagittarius. Mars is on the Sabian symbol. Nature spirits are seen at work in the light of sunset. Sometimes it's hard to stay inspired and keep the faith. As the sun sets on another day, maybe we find it impossible to envisage a resolution. In this stormy atmosphere, the ground shakes with the thunderous noise of conflict. Everything seems torn apart. Lightning illuminates difficult truths. Maybe we're tired of fighting, exhausted by the battle, flummoxed by the strategy that didn't work. Our inner warrior surveys the scene and wonders, how can I come back from this? But come back we will. Life's storms pass like all things. Nothing can stop us, and nothing can stop time. Nature resets the balance. Missing pieces are found. What was thought to be dead is resurrected. What was broken is restored. Bide your time. We will revisit this place around November 22nd, and by then, we will be rested and ready. Until that time, use hope as your umbrella, and keep a rainbow in your heart. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Thursday, November 5th, 2020. As predicted, this Mercury trickster storm is playing out in the most literal way. Not only is it crystal clear that the emperors have no clothes, but that there are actually no emperors. An old quote from Dr. C.P.E.'s unpublished work seems relevant. We are in a new world. You are no longer dependent on the gatekeepers. The gates in so many places that banned and banished and exiled and closed us out. have been blown off their hinges. The gates are just hanging there, all black wires sprung and looking pathetic. Now, there is just you. Everything is dependent on you, your work, your daily work. Think of what this time of your life means here in the 21st century. Wake up. You have never been more free, more capable, with more tools available than once belonged only to the ruling kings. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn, things are getting real as the sun crackles to life with new Sun Cycle 25 gearing up with massive sunspot AR2781. The sunspot has already sent off minor flares, but we can expect more. This is all part of the new cycle and journey towards the big solar Earth alignment on the 21st December 2020. The tensions and turmoils that we are feeling in the collective consciousness right now are being intensified by the flight of the phoenix of renewal and the establishment of the Golden Bridge on the 1111 portal to facilitate the movement in our multi-dimensional reality. There will be pressure, and there will be intense pressure to fall into the duality, polarity of the us and them kind. If you are focused on the new earth, it is far better to rise above this and remember that we are one human family. Try to stay in a place of peace, calm, and kindness. Look after yourself as the energies intensify. It is a good time to self-care and kindness towards yourself. You are also birthing a new you, so treat yourself with kindness and gentleness that befits a newborn. Love to all. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. This is closure to the drama with the Divine Masculine. Since July 2020, we have been cleansed of the seed point of emotional pain and heartbreak. The Taurus full moon gives us the verdicts needed to stop the war between the Divine Masculine and Feminine Christ internally and externally. The collapsing of separation and duality in your union is here for you. You've ascended Jacob's ladder into the entrance of the womb. The brides of Christ are at this new threshold of enlightenment today. Congratulations, beloveds. Your consciousness is blossoming so much into the Divine Feminine Christ activation codes. You are now ready to receive and enter the Omega. This is a fundamental success. You both are safe and protected to begin your union in the upper echelon of Asgard. Completion of the purification of your flesh is continuing to say for you both to enter into Heros Gamos, sacred marriage in new earth. Receive the fire purification that is completing for you two to continue forward. This process may feel sad, lonely, and isolated, but know benevolent forces are with you, encouraging the brides and the bridegrooms of Christ to come into holy matrimony now. This is sanctioned by the law of the Most High, your kingdom God that awaits you now. Trust the knowing of what you need to release for you to enter the Stargate womb for the homecoming. Birds, animals, and nature are all with you, showing you the omens and activations needed to assure you that you are on the right path. Let these benevolent forces take hold as we move through the lunar cycles to the astrological event of your futuristic timeline merger with Christ. And today, from Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd, Gene Key 1, November 5th through November 10th, 2020. Entropy, freshness, beauty. Beauty is fostered by nature, cradled by silence, and nurtured by mystery. Beauty is a lens provided by love. It's a jewel hanging in the immensity of space, and it's a poetic way of living. Beauty is an unseen, unsung moment that never ends. A moment of crystal, a shaft of eternity, a gust of wind inside the God. Excerpt from the 64 Ways. And from the Yi Ching, Code 1, the creative. Bagua, pure yang, heaven. 3 solid line above, 3 solid line below. The yang, the masculine, is solid line. The yin, the feminine, the broken line. It is also a switch, on, off. Solid is on, the broken off, or emptiness form, however you want to look at it. And this is energy moving throughout all time. Beauty revealed, freshness unfolding. Entropy is the empty potential, always creating. The dynamic represents what is great. and originating, penetrating, advantageous, correct and firm. Heaven in motion gives the idea of strength. To launch your life out of the cinders, to reach for the sky, to burn with love for the new, this is the first gift of all, the very ground of human genius. From the genekeys.com, today from the Archangelic Calendar. Gaia is in the fire, earth, and spirit setting, which is not confused with a 70s disco band. We are not in Kansas anymore, and the new settings will take some time to calculate. There are more supernatural elements at play here, and we will continually be figuring out the schematics as we settle in. The double jump and other activity that we experienced yesterday has caused the calendar and our reality to shift in more ways than one. The new energy settings, timeline, and available dimensions are palpable, and it is something that is going to be an important detail later on. This calendar takes metaphysical events into account. The calendar has changed, and thus our timing has changed as well. We exist in an alternative timeline, an overlay to lower dimensional reality, and we keep track of these comings and goings for many reasons. We are now moving further out, where our timing will be completely different than those on the lower timelines. Not so coincidentally, this move marks the full ascension of Atlantis and Lemuria. They will be catching up with the lower dimensional timelines as we coast to the physical manifestation of 5D reality. You will notice 2 missing columns that will account for the landmass's motions. This move is a macro switch to 144 hours. And this is not to say that we may go back to 72, 36, or 24 hours if it is ever warranted. We had seen the changes in our lives when we went from 24 to 36 and then to 72, so we can genuinely get excited to see what 144 equal partitions will do. When you are trying to create something or work with a metaphysical tool, you set it in faith and allow the higher aspects of yourself to get to work. We will be doing precisely that, but in a way where it will enable us to experience this cinema's end as it plays out as well. The other aspect of this motion that we must mention is that we are moving up, and we will find another frontier of consciousness waiting. We are coasting into what is happening on a blended experience timeline, and this should be interesting to observe, and more amazing to experience. Either we are shifting timelines frequently, or we are on a macro timeline where physics goes directly to its knees. Regardless of how you choose to look at it, we can expect great things to come. Philosophical buffet. When someone holds on too tightly to the current energy they are purposely creating, it does not allow things to manifest in divine essence and timing. The Buddhists call this hoarding energy. We would never make this rookie mistake because we also encourage natural ebb and flow. Most of you hearing this have already ascended many times, and on your most recent track, descended into lower timeline in an effort of service. You are an elite light worker, and many of us have lived as multiple star races who still remember us until this day. Do not be surprised as to how many know your name from the cosmos. If your power incites fear or love in someone, it is no consequence to you. We are a creation of love in which we rise above all things. Those with a pure heart will adore us. Others will fear us. It's all about their intention. As if you see a vicious junkyard dog in his house, you would not worry unless you were trying to break into the place. The major issue that we see with modern prophecy is that the seers have utterly no idea what they are seeing. If a cave dweller could gaze into modern times, they would have no idea what our technology was, let alone describe it. The same is for today's humans gaze into the not-so-distant future. The changes are so drastic that Earth is unrecognizable in a few short years. Engineering, Legion news, and transitioning to 5D. If something smells fishy, it's because it is. There's a timeline where time travelers cause havoc, but that is not this one. On this timeline, time travelers were only successful in minor ways, creating minor inconveniences and mischief, which will backfire. Nevertheless, you will find a fish market just about everywhere you look in 3D. Help is coming from Leo Minor. Thank you to the intergalactic beings who answered the call. It took a good deal of time for our messages to arrive at this part of the cosmos. As our Galactic Legion finally fixed a blockage, our number codes are starting to show up on the Schumann resonance. I know we are very hard on the device, but we must give our little buddy kudos to catch it. It is most likely because we are so loud, and not because the Schumann all of a sudden became more effective. The Cherub division of the Archangelic Legion is a friendly, cheerful, and helpful bunch. They are incredibly ancient, even though they project themselves like children. They can help the mood or comfort you if needed. Do not forget this angelic unit, as it is always available. Modern science is willing to admit that there is a rogue planet outside of standard orbit. There is no one among us who is not aware of Nibiru. Remember, the 5th of November, 3D. The tools for today's assignments are in the link in the description below. The assignments for today: new exit portals are needed. Things will be changing rapidly. It will be erected the same way we usually do, in a square or rectangle. You can certainly do this in your mind's eye or on paper. Please note that you must burn this page if you use the form and pen method safely. The specific exit portal is bound for longevity and will link our unwanted items to the waiting room of infinitely expanding creator source. And the codes are also in the link in the description below. Just scroll down the page to the Archangelic Calendar. We all know the mustard seed analogy and what it stands for. While the quote's exact wording is irrelevant to the statement, it's an important tool for us to use for macro manifestation purposes. Envision an uncountable number of mustard seeds being carried by the wind and rooting into the mind's eye of all life. It is also good to use the same tactic to send the seeds across all landscapes and oceans to land in its usual locations. We are all connected to the deepest and profound levels of existence. By doing this, you encourage a global, peaceful existence by raising median consciousness. There is a gem seal in the underground of Jerusalem. We must break this seal with a plethora of rainbow lightning bursts. Cities and areas in need of a violet plasma bath: Manisa, Golan Heights, Easton, Allentown, Burma, Berlin, Tel Aviv, Nepal, Bali, Hiroshima, Hong Kong, Sydney, Melbourne, Paris, Rome, Burgos, Missouri City, Anaheim, Abuja, Vancouver, Calgary, Tokyo, Rio, Lima, Atlanta, Cape Town, Kingston, Jupiter, Saturn, Europa, Venus, Lima, Rio, and Luna. Pillars of plasma flame are direct beams of light that look a lot like lasers. They follow the same general color schematic that the other metaphysical tools do. We will be sending these pillars worldwide in the colors of our choosing, so please don't be shy. Attach Sirius A and Sirius B to the 4 corners, pyramids of Giza, and the hidden pyramids of Siberia. This assignment will solidify our Earth grids to the Sirius stars and cause a more accessible interaction avenue. Shatter the chains of debt that bind us into the sand. All beings responsible for this oppression are being held in accord with the hand that feeds law. You will see light gray chains attached to all humans, originating from 12 seals. First destroy the seal, then the chains. There are multiple courses of action, but it is perfectly acceptable to go at this with sword and shield. Send violet plasma to the earth, then continue with emerald green plasma. Engulf the earth in the following ray lights: red, blue, yellow, green, orange, violet, and indigo. Engulf the earth with the following lights: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, and rainbow. Assignment, upgrading, enlightenment, status complete. From the ArchangeliCalendar.com, and today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 221, Red Cosmic Dragon. Cosmic is the name for the number 13, and its keywords are endure, transcend, and presence. This is the last day of the Red Moon wave spell. The 13th day concludes the journey, and we must now absorb and contemplate the lessons learned before embarking on another one. The number 13 is very powerful, but it can be overpowering, adding intensity to the day. Today is Red Dragon, which represents nurturing, being, and birth, so today we endure so that we may be reborn. The dragon always offers us the opportunity to enter the cave, receive some nurturing, and emerge feeling renewed. However, since it is a cosmic day, this nurturing may be hard to come by, and the birth process can be very painful. Yesterday, the dragon was in the position of the occult, and if you made use of that, you would have given yourself a head start today, and that should lessen the challenging aspect. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Cosmic Dragon, Kin 221, 5 November 2020, Cosmic Birthing, 5/11/2020 equal 5/11/22 equal 5/33 equal 5/6 equal 11 equal 2, 5 Freedom, Change, Liberation, 11 Portal, Doorway, Polarity, Partnership, 22 Master Builder, Architect of Peace, 33 Ascended Master Number, Christ, 2 Twins, Partner, Cooperation, Kin 221 equal 5, Liberation, more powerful portal and master numbers in today's code, as we start atop the 12th column in the sacred Zolkin calendar, as we get ready to birth cosmic consciousness. Huge 5D Sophia Christ consciousness codes today. Another date with destiny. Day 13 in the red moon wave spell of the goddess, who is enhancing our intuition and sensitivity as we purify our vessels in order to find our flow. Today is the final day of this 13-day wave spell. We commenced on our journey with the magnetic moon triple goddess, seeking to purify and cleanse all that is not of love, in order to find our divine flow. Today we arrive at the cosmic dragon, the mother creation goddess, where we discover the power of divine nurturance and birthing the new, thus reaching the ultimate state of the cosmic all-encompassing goddess, pure infinite love. Tone of creation, cosmic is the last and final tone of creation, the highest octave. Tone 13 operates in the spiritual realm. 13 is the goddess code. It is the frequency of the natural world, the 13 moon calendar, the cosmos and all that it is. The cosmic power is that of presence, existing in the eternal now moment. Cosmic is the fourth and final of the spiritual realm tones. Notably, all the other realms, physical, mental, and emotional, only have 3 tones. Cosmic, action transcends, power endures, essence, presence. We commence and end the day of the tones with spiritual energies from magnetic through to cosmic completion through the action of transcendence, evolving through each level of being until you simply are. Through your journey of purification, cleansing, and connecting with your intuition and feminine gifts, you have become the goddess. Today you have the incredible spiritual power at your disposal to transcend the old you, the old paradigm, the old world, and old reality. They all dissolve into the cosmic mists. We can transform them by our pure intelligent presence, translating into pure harmony and beauty. We have arrived. Add some, I am here. This is the stage of having transcended the physical, emotional, and mental realms and arriving at cosmic consciousness. So today we can be still and realize the connectedness of all things through the womb of creation, transcending all but the power of pure divine harmony and grace, through the frequency of pure internal presence. It is time to realign with your universal goddess presence and upgrade your consciousness through your new and expanded divine purpose. 13 is the final tone of creation, bringing us to completion through liberation. The 5 code of today, the conclusion of one cycle, overlapping with the commencement of the new cycle. So today is a day of endings and new beginnings, all wrapped into one. The Alpha and the Omega, one continuous eternal cycle, repeating over and over. The in-breath and the out-breath of Creator, forever flowing, expanding, and contracting in the eternal cosmic dance of creation. Today, for the magic and synchronicity to play, to point the direction in which to travel, keep it light, nurture your divine child and stay in your heart, reacting with what feels right and true to you. Laugh at any of your illusionary problems and know that tomorrow will be an even better day. Trust that all is well and your soul is relishing this grand, playful earth adventure. Today's question is, how can I transcend the old illusions, birthing new realities of bliss through elevating my being to cosmic consciousness? And so we conclude the cycle of the red moon, goddess wave spell. The goddess has provided the soothing balm for our wounds. She has cleansed us, nurtured us, and empowered us, all through the healing power of divine love. Now our journey through the universal cleansing waters of the goddess is complete. The purification has enabled greater consciousness to flow through our purified vessel, and now her job is done, so she delivers us into the hands of our Creator, the great white wind, which represents the Father God aspect of Source. She releases us knowing that we are in the safe and loving hands of our Father. Tomorrow we commence a new wave spell with Ish, the whispering white wind, whereupon we will be forging stronger communication channels with Spirit, becoming pure divine conduits. And so our journey through the dream spell continues. Divine blessings for your transcendence into birthing bliss-filled realities through your pure cosmic presence. Aho, dear ones. Cosmic miracles abound. And Lakek ala kin. Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, kin 66. Kin 221, Red Cosmic Dragon. The mantra, the code for today is, I endure in order to nurture. Transcending being, I seal the output of birth with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of life force. And on this powerful day of activations and awakening, let us know in the comments below, beloved beings of light, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support financially with your pledges on Patreon and donations. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light, Marjuka England, for your pledge and donation on Patreon. I'd also like to thank Divine Angel of Light, Andrea Ansak, for your pledge and support on Patreon. And I'd also like to thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Mitch Hagidiakau. Hopefully I got that right. Thank you, Brother of the Light, for your pledge and support on Patreon. If my work resonates with you and you'd like to support myself, my work, my mission, and keep these daily transmissions coming, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. That link is also in the description. And for those that follow this channel know that I've moved out west. I'm anchoring the codes of the Eagle and the Condor, the Divine Union, the Divine Abundance, Freedom Codes, codes of love and free will into the portal here in Washington State. So I'm currently looking for property and land, potentially by Mount Adams. I'm looking for something temporary. I would like a cabin or some kind of cottage in the woods temporarily until we find land and property where we can start a healing retreat center and a sanctuary for humanity. So right now I'm relying 100% on Patreon and donations to pay my bills here in this crazy world. So thank you all for supporting me. I'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light, Shannon, for your pledge today. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. And for now, I'm still having problems with internet connectivity and uploading to YouTube. So the last one took over 12 hours to upload, and sometimes it's locking up. So I'm doing my best to keep these coming out every day. I plan on doing some extra meditations. I'm going to upload a couple sacred videos to Patreon for an extra gift for those that are supporting me there. I'm going to release one of the most sacred experiences along my journey to the sacred condor, where a wild horse let me touch her on the forehead, which I'll release that on Patreon in the next few days. So keep an eye out for that, all of my beloved patrons there. I'll be releasing several meditations in the near future. So I'm going to end today's transmission with a sacred mantra. So put your awareness in your heart center and let go into whatever you feel within your vessel. And keep going through and through and through. Many people are being pushed way beyond their comfort zones right now in this final battle, this final transition from 4D to 5D. So just hang in there, beloved beings of light. I know this is very challenging for many, but keep following through, keep going through and through and through. As we break through, this compression breakthrough is opening every veil, is releasing us from every prison, every time loop. The time loops of suffering of duality, of separation, of negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative feelings, as we activate the eternal bliss consciousness codes within our being. So let go now. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 144 coming in. I love you all. Namaste.